Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angryprepper. Today's rabbit hole video, we're going to talk about zombie apocalypse and can it happen. So let me start out by saying that there's always a possibility of things happening in regards to another pandemic or a zombie, whatever, apocalypse or zombie outbreak. Now, here's the true rub about it. The true rub is no. Can it happen currently, right now, with what viruses are available? No. Can they make a jump to humans? Super unlikely, like almost impossible, unless they're given a push. So if they're given a push, can we see something like this? Yes. And being that scientists don't know how to leave well enough alone, we can absolutely see or probably hear about a scientist somewhere around the world working on this. Now, there are scientists looking to revive dead bodies. Now, they've been trying to do that since as long as I can remember, since I was a kid. They were trying to revive dead bodies. And in fact, Walt Disney is still frozen somewhere in the world. So once they get that technology down, they're going to bring back those people that are in cryogenic storage. I don't see that happening. I think that was a waste of money, but whatever. With that being said, guys, they're looking to try to bring back dead bodies. So bodies, I don't know what capacity of these bodies they're going to bring back, and I don't know if it's going to be limited, it's going to be full. I don't know if they have to be mangled for them to bring them back. I don't know if they had to have been brain dead or die of a heart attack. Who knows? If it's a traumatic injury, can they really bring them back? That's neither here or there. What we're talking about now is the three possible, again, less likely viruses that are out there that could start some shit. Now, again, guys, scientists don't know how to leave well enough alone. So I could see them taking one of these three viruses and working up some shit. Now, those of you remember there was a virus, a zombie virus they called it, that was found in Siberia, sorry. And in Siberia, they found this virus and they brought it back, right? They regenerated, if you will, and they brought this virus back that only infects amoebas. Now, again, for that to cross over to human, it would be almost a magical thing for it to happen. They would have to do so much work, so much research, and then so much crossing over and splicing DNA cells and all kinds of shit for this to work that I'm pretty sure it wouldn't. But nonetheless, this is something that is affecting or infecting only amoebas. And what it does is it makes them mindless in a sense, right? So a lot of these viruses, guys, these viruses that I'm going to go over, none of these are going to come back and you're going to, come back to life and start eating brains. No. If they were to ever cross over into humans, you would just be a mindless. We have a lot of mindless people out there. So I know what some of you are thinking. We have them out there already. Yes, we do. Especially those that are taking that new drug, that zombie drug that's out there, the one that's rotting the skin. It's this fucking thing here. I just found out about this the other day. Actually, somebody emailed me this, and I was like, holy shit, I live in a city and I never heard of this. Now, it's not turning them into a zombie, but it's definitely rotting their skin ahead of time. So that's, again, when you hear this zombie drug, no, it's not turning people into zombies. It's just rotting their skin again ahead of time. It's more like a bad infection, if you will. The amoeba thing, that's going to be almost an impossibility for it to actually phase over into humans. So I don't see that happening. Now, a lot of you have heard, especially hunters, you guys have heard of the chronic wasting disease, right, or disorder. This is a virus that's in deer. Now, a lot of deer that contract this disease, you see them, and it screams out to you, especially if you're in the wilderness. You don't even have to be a hunter. You could just be walking in the woods and go, what the fuck is that, and why is it still alive? If you see a deer that you have to question, why is it still alive? It has the chronic wasting disease, right? And it's also referred to as the deer zombie virus. So you look at this thing, you're like, why? And normally you'll catch these things by a water source of some kind, dead, because they get super dehydrated in their last stage, they keel over, and normally they're by like a water source. If you see this thing in the woods and you're a hunter, you're supposed to take it out. You have a green light to take it out without any tags. I guess it's state pending, but I heard that a lot of states give you the green light to kill these type of deers. It is very contagious amongst deers. It's why they want you to take it out when you see it. Kill it on sight and then burn it with fire, I say. But anyway, this is another one that's not going to jump over to humans so they say. Again, we had the Mr. 19 virus, started with a bat. That in itself should not have transferred over to humans. So that's why we all know that it didn't start with a bat. But anyway, if that was the case, that shouldn't have, if that was the case, if that was true, let's say in a make-believe world that Mr. 19 did start in a bat. It shouldn't have transferred over to us. But if it did, it found a way. So again, with these viruses, this is something to consider because nature will always find a way. But again, the deer virus, I am not concerned about, and nor should you be. And it's, again, it does the same thing. It makes them mindless. It destroys their system from the inside. It turns it into mush for the most part. And then they wind up dying. That's something that you shouldn't be concerned about. Now, there is the super rabies that if scientists were to tweak it, could it react or could it act like it did in 28 days later or 28 weeks later, right? That virus, there could be some legitimacy to it, especially being that rabies can infect humans and it can drive us insane if it goes that far. I don't know when the last person with rabies gotten that far, but it can do that. Now, if scientists tweak it, we can absolutely have something like 28 weeks later, though I think it would burn itself out a lot faster than it did in the movie. But we could have something similar to that where people are insane. Now, would it work as the same way as another human biting a human? I don't know. I don't know if they would have to sneeze or cough on us. But still, that could be a bit concerning, but you don't hear too many people talking about it. That's why when I was looking up the zombie shit, I'm like, well, that is a possibility. And that's a small possibility too, but nonetheless, that's on the table first before any of the other viruses that are out there. So again, guys, in 28 weeks later or 28 days later, whichever movie you watched, this is something that could possibly happen. There's also the realm of I Am Legend with Will Smith, when they were working on the cancer research and how to cure cancer, and the cancer cell itself turn into this infection that turned these people into these zombie-esque vampires. So again, with science and them trying to work their magic around everything, there's always that possibility too. Science starting a zombie apocalypse by way of mutating and or tweaking viruses and or cells. So there is that. But again, for that to happen, again, there is less of a probability of that happening, but that's also on the table of things to happen should scientists keep fucking around with nature, because they don't know how to leave it alone. Like I said before, scientists don't know how to leave well enough alone. There was an article a few years back where scientists were working on a zombie virus. Don't know why they would do that, but again, science itself, guys, and innovation people don't know how to leave shit alone. They want to make things better and they want to see how things work. So in that, they keep testing it. We're probably going to find ourselves in some kind of zombie apocalypse if science keeps moving down the path that they're moving now. Now, here's a more interesting one. The zombie fungus. Same fungus not the same fungus, but the same kind of thing that would happen to The Last of Us. Now, here's the catch. That is less likely to happen as well, because a lot of the funguses that are out there, they've been around, zombie funguses, they've been around for 130 million years. They haven't made the jump to any other animal, let alone humans. They only infect bugs, they take over the bug's body, and they take over the bug's behavior as well. And they only infect certain types of bugs, and only certain types of bugs will be exposed to this fungus. So, for example, you can't take a cockroach and a cricket. The cricket will be exposed to this fungus and be infected by it. Meanwhile, the cockroach it'll roll off its back, literally, right? So it will have no effect on the cockroach, but it will have effect on just the grasshoppers. And even in the grasshopper world, only certain specific grasshoppers would it infect, not the entire species of grasshoppers, if that makes sense. So with that, guys, it's definitely the zombie thing, the zombie apocalypse. It's definitely something that could be on the table, but it's less likely to happen. So it's less of a concern. I know a lot of us want the zombie apocalypse to happen. I've said it a few times already. Let's kick it off already because we had everything else happen. But it could be a curveball infection or a curveball event where science is messing with something they shouldn't mess with, and they start off something that resembles the zombie apocalypse, if not the zombie apocalypse itself. I am going to do a video on what would we do in the first week of a zombie apocalypse, what preppers would do in the first week of a zombie apocalypse. That video is probably going to come out next week. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this rabbit hole video. These are just, again, videos that we go down the road of weird conspiracy theories or weird thoughts, and we entertain them just for fun. That's all this is, just for fun. Other than that, thank you for watching.